This time on Street Rat Garage, instead of going out and buying another project vehicle, we're going to continue fixing what we already have. So we're back again today with our 1979 GMC, almost said Chevy, but this is a GMC 15, C15, 15, the GMC version of a C10. And for some reason, these little bee thingies, I don't think they're regular bees. They're so much smaller than a regular bee, but they are just loving this truck. I assume that the sap from this tree has been dripping on it, and that's what they're eating. Unfortunately, they cannot stay here because we need to get this out of here, back up to the shop, and today we're going to try to put a new bed on it. Well, not a new bed, a better bed on this truck. Okay, little bee guys, it's time for you to fly. Oh, get him. Get. Go on, shoot. Be gone. Be gone. Out, 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 out. All right. All right. All right. And you, goodbye. Okay, well, that ought to solve our little insect problem. Now let's get the hood open and make sure there's no more underneath here. No more? Nope, one more. Oh, another one. Well, there's a few under here. I hope there's no nest under here. Okay. I think we're clear. Right, let's go get a battery, throw it in here, and move this truck away from these guys. All right. Got our battery here. Move our cables out of the way. Keep forgetting which one of these blacks is positive. There it goes, down to the starter. So, wow, this battery does not sit in here well. We need to order a battery tray for this truck. And we need to make a list of what we need to do. A list of everything that we need. So, okay, let's get out of here. I just went to get the keys and they're back again. At least the ones that I didn't kill the first round. They are loving this truck. Okay. Let's get in here and see if she'll start. Maybe we should save some of this brake clean for the carburetor. Come on. Oh, looks like he's getting gas. There she goes. All right, let's get out of here. Okay, even though we're going to take this bed off, I'm going to go over here and sweep it out a little bit, and it just died. Oh, come on. Yeah, that's good enough. Oh, it doesn't go in the park very good. So I might be taking this bed off, but I plan on using a grinder, and all of this stuff is super dry and super flammable. So I've started enough fires up here. We do not need one more. So let me clean this out real quick, and then we will get started. The bed's all swept out, so let's have a look at just how bad this thing is. It is has a rust hole here and another one here. So pretty much it's garbage. But they were trying to hang on to this bed. Got some L brackets here. I don't know what those are from, but some hardware store. 2 of them here. I'm sure this whole bedside was flexing pretty good. I mean, it's all just, it's gone. There's just hardly anything left. That's not even attached anymore. Here are the bed bolts. I think there's like 8 of them, and some of these may just fall right out. Unfortunately, our gas tank is right here, and it's still got some debris on top of it, so we're gonna want to try to get as much of that out. That's our gas tank, right? Gas tank, yeah, that's our gas tank. It's sitting right underneath here, so we'll have to be careful grinding on this bunch, not to set that on fire. This one, man, this one doesn't even look like, well, it goes through the bed on the bottom, so we'll have to grind those off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't think any's in the middle. 4 more here. 5, 6, 7, and 8. And this side is a little bit better, but not much. But the outside of this truck, for some reason, this side is just not as bad as, say, this side right here. So definitely have a few rust issues. And it has Bondo. Look at all the Bondo that's in this. Wow, that's crazy amounts of Bondo. Whole side of the bed, the bottom, everything's Bondo. It's Bondo all the way back here, everywhere. This was a Bondo baby. It's way up here too. Look how thick it is up here. That's crazy. You're not supposed to put Bondo on that thick. Wow. This truck was just made of nothing but Bondo. Okay, well, look more. Look at that. Look at that. That's insane. I got the truck pulled back up by the shop here. Got our grinder plugged in, and I was just looking around on this bed, and right here in the back corner of the bed is a huge Bondo plug. I don't know why this is here, but apparently there was a hole. Well, there is a hole right here in the back of the bed, and I'll come and look at it. See this hole right here? This is all also just Bondo. So they just started smearing Bondo in here until the hole apparently closed up. Yeah, so all this, everything across here was Bondo, and this is coming out. So that is insane. You would think this truck was parked in 2013. This body work had to been done years before that. It should have been cheaper and faster just to go out and find another bed and toss on here. This was probably done, I would guess, in 2000-ish, when everything was cheap. Probably $100 for a new bed. They had to spend probably $150 in Bondo, plus all their time to do this. But to each their own. So maybe they worked in a body shop and they had an unlimited supply of Bondo. I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting. Let's go ahead and time lapse this, and we'll be back with the results. All right, the results are in, and grinding the heads off is not the way to go. I was definitely under the misunderstanding that I was just going to come and cut the corners off of the rounded part and hit it with a hammer and it'd come out, but that is taking a while. But if that's the way we have to do it, we'll do it. I don't know how much grinding will we have, or how long this Harbor Freight grinder will last, but it's already starting to get warm. just on that one bolt, and we probably still have to go in there and lop it off because it's going to be stuck probably in the bottom because it didn't go all the way out. So let's try another approach. Okay, let's go underneath here and show you what the problem is. The problem is we need to unbolt this bolt right here. This is the one that we already unbolted, and as you can see, it doesn't come out, whoops, as you can see, it doesn't come out past the frame hole, but this plate, the bottom of the bed plate, is all rusted out, so that one ought to just lift right off. That's no big deal. Now, you're thinking, why don't you just use an impact and knock this off? Well, that's why. You can't get it in there, and it looks like it's more room than it is. You can't use the swivel. There's not enough room in there to use the swivel. So I guess we're just going to try our trusty 3/4 inch and hit it with some PB blaster and see if that maybe that'll work. I mean, these are going to be rusty, and there's a possibility that it'll start turning on the other end, even though it's what do you call that, an anchor type bolt with a little square thing in it. Yeah, if the bed's rusted, it'll just turn, but we'll give it a try. I wish I had a torch, but I don't have any acetylene, so that's not an option either. All right, let's give this guy a try and see if this works. Oh, yeah, right. Come on. Oh, wow. That is turning. Like I said, it's busted loose and the whole thing's just turning. So not an option on this particular boat, but maybe we can, I don't know, maybe we can hammer it straight through and then drop it down and cut the thinner part of this bolt without having to drill through that head. One way or the other, we're definitely going to get this bed off. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is hammer time. I don't know if you can hear that, but rust is just falling out onto the tarp. And there she goes. Well, that part was easy. Oh, look at all of the rust just from those few hits. So there's the bolt, and it's in good position that we can just come in and zip it off with the old the grinder. I mean, it's really thin in this one part, and it's pretty deteriorated, so that shouldn't be a problem. I'm gonna go ahead and zip that off. I'll hit a few more of the bed bolts and see how many I can get to drop down there, and might not be so bad. Well, that went a lot easier than I expected. So hitting things with a hammer for the win. So far, so good. Took the 4 back bolts out with the grinder, no problems, just a little sparks, no big deal. But then I got to thinking, these are bolt cutters. They're called bolt cutters for a reason. Maybe I should use these cutters, I don't know, on the bolt. All right, all done. So who would have thought using the right tool for the right job would make things so much easier? Well, next up, we need to move this underneath our A-frame and get it hooked up and start taking this bed off. Bolt cutters. All right, next up we have this giant A-frame thing that I bought for like $100 off of Facebook Marketplace. Unfortunately, it does not roll easily. I bought some new casters. I have not put them on yet. And these are pretty much just frozen up. And this weighs like, 500 pounds or so. But with a little persistence, we'll get it there. Okay, come on. This side row's a little bit easier. That ought to do it. We'll back the truck underneath here. We'll get it hooked up. I found this chain fall in the middle of the street for, free. So that was a bonus. And we will just position old Krusty here underneath and start strapping her down. Well, we're almost ready to pull the bed off. It's another day. I have things to do. It's a little more chilly because, it's fall in Indiana. Yesterday was summer. Today is, close to winter. But we got to get this bed off. So I've started pulling the tail lights out and taking the wiring out of the bed. It's a pretty simple procedure. There's just 4 bolts or screws that hold in the tail lens, and then there's 4 more that hold in the assembly here. So all that we have to do is come in here and twist these guys out, which they've been in there for a really long time and don't want to come out. But if we give them a good tug, they still don't want to come out. There's one. Let's see if we can pull the peanut light out. There's 2. Now let's see if we can get a grip. There it goes. Now that was difficult. Then what you want to do is there's a hole down there that the wiring is going to slip through, so you need to take these out. There's a little clip right here. You just pull that out, and then you can stuff this wiring down. Just try to take these out one by one. Each wire is just a little bit longer than the next, so we're going to take the peanut light out first, and this guy, and so forth. And then we're going to get some straps, and we should be able to start taking this bed off after that. All right, I'm just going to grab a hold of the wiring harness there and start pulling these guys out one at a time. There we go. All right, that's all out. Next up, I'm going to clean up this mess right here, grab a couple of straps, and we'll start ratcheting everything together. Start giving it a little pull and see what happens. Oh, you know what? I did forget one thing. I forgot about the fuel filler neck, which is also connected to the bed. It looks like a couple 3/8 bolts maybe. So I'll come in here, unbolt that, and then we should be ready to strap this and start lifting. Now next up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple ratchet straps here and just run them to the bed pockets in an X pattern and strap them down real good, like so. This bed's so rusty that it's already starting to fold when I'm strapping these things down. So hopefully this bed doesn't just fold in half. It is really bad. I mean, it's lifting the back corners and starting to bend a little bit. And then we're gonna take our chain fall here and hook it on that X pattern right there, and then we'll start chain falling, or whatever you call it when you lift something with a chain fall. Falling this bed off. Is this the right way? Yeah, that's the right way. So I had the bed pulled forward just a little bit. The whole truck pulled forward just a little bit. So hopefully when we lift this, it'll start going backwards and start lifting it off of the truck. These are the things you got to do when nobody else is around. Okay, let's start our lift here. Starting to make noises. Whoop. And she's coming up. I don't want to get myself pinched in case that bed swings my way. So I'm going to move back a little bit. Okay. coming up more in the front than in the back, so, well, there she goes. There's that little bit of swing I was talking about. Man, it is so windy. Just keep pulling on this thing. Oops, wrong way. Come on. Oh, looks like we're getting stuck somewhere. All right, where are we getting stuck at? Don't want to put my head in here too far. It's just the pickup tube right here. So, oh man, how do we get that out of there without, there we go, without smashing our hands. Yeah. Now let's check for any other wiring that might be connected. So there's all our wiring. This is trailer wiring, it looks like, and it's not connected to anything. Oh, we did forget our vent tube. Can you see the tube that goes down to the differential to vent it? It looks like it was rotted off at the bottom anyway, so no big loss there. So we can keep chain falling and get this bed out of here. Okay, just a little bit more. And she's spinning because of all the wind. And I think that'll clear. So let's get the truck fired up and pull it on out of here, and then we'll look around and make sure we don't have any rust holes in this frame. Okay, this wind is not helping things out. Stay there. Now I'm gonna start the truck up. We're gonna move it out from underneath this bed, and then we gotta find a place to put this bed out of the way so we can grab the other one. This sucker does not want to stay still. But we have enough room, and we should be able to clear the frame with no problems, as long as this truck will start. Give it the old Michael Jackson accelerator pump. Come on. Come on. There she goes. All right. Now we'll just easily pull out from underneath this and die. Well, it's still going. Well, I think I just ran it out of gas, but fortunately that was enough to get the bed off. So not having the bed on makes it so much easier to add gas to the tank. All right, let's have a look at this frame and see what we have. So first off, this is where I punched out one of the bed bolts, and here's a little bit of rot right there. Fortunately, it's at the very back of the frame and not structural, you know, besides holding the bed down. And any other way, rest of it's good, That's good. Just a little scaling. Well, looks like we lost a gas tank strap. There was a big hole right here in the bed. Water and stuff has been getting down there for years and years and years. Rusted that tank strap out. It'd be nice to, if we had our sending unit and stuff, we could have changed that out just for the fun of it, because I don't know if this gas tank gauge works. But on the other side, much better. That's just some junk sitting on top of there. No big deal. We got access to everything, man. Taking the bed off would make it so much easier to, say, change these bushings, change these shocks. This shock bushing is wore out. I'm sure those shocks are dead. All this frame is in pretty good shape. Here's our wiring. Looks like I clipped a little bit of the wire. Hopefully it's still in good shape. We'll have to cover that up. Rest of the frame looks fine. I should come in here and clean this up and maybe hit it with a little paint maybe, or some that PO stuff, whatever you call that. You just spray over the rust. Man, that bumper's rusty though. Look at that. Oh, that's nasty. That whole bumper it's toast. Need a new bumper. Okay, well, not so bad. Cab corner would make it a lot easier to come in here and put cab corners on, which somebody already has. They bonded them on, which, you know, so what? Yeah, look at that. Just sort of stuck it on there, smeared it with Bondo, and done. Yeah, maybe we should do the same thing. Cab mounts are a little weak, not bad. Rockers are shot. Okay, well, here's the bed hanging up here. It is an absolute mess. I think the only thing good is a bulkhead at the very front of this thing. We're gonna have to grab a couple bolts out of here so we can match those up so we can strap our bed down. Okay, let's get this bed down out of the air and get it somewhere else. Hopefully I can just flip it out of the way. And our other bed is way over there on the ramp truck. Oh, and we got the Dodge sitting in front of it, so we got some stuff to move around. All right, let's move this half of the truck. Come on. Let's go. There she goes. Yeah, she was just out of gas a little bit. Whoop. I think I need a little transmission fluid. All right, I'm gonna pull this up by the barn and we can start cleaning the back of the frame a little bit. What I did is I brought the old trailer in and positioned it underneath the bed, so I think this is gonna be the easiest way to move this thing around. It is not light. Plus, we can load up some more scrap in the back of this bed on the trailer and then run it to the scrapyard and get rid of some of our junk that's been lying around way too long. Get on there. There we go. That looks pretty good. Put some of that weight over right over the wheels there. Oops, wrong way. All right, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and unstrap this. I want to try one more thing. I was thinking this bulkhead right here is in really good shape. Probably the only good thing about this whole entire bed. Well, I know it is, besides the fuel door. I took the fuel door off. It was pretty good. These should unbolt. So I'm gonna yank all these bolts out real quick. There's a bunch of them at the bottom too. I don't know if I'll be able to get those out, but it's so rusty. Might be able to just wiggle it back and forth and get it to snap off. So I'm gonna mess with this a little while, then we'll come back and see if I got it off or not. Well, there's a lip that makes it hard to get to those screws. I mean, if I use an open end or something, I probably could, but I just wonder if this thing is crusty enough. Yeah, it's got some rust. The bulkhead has some rust in the corner, so I think we're just gonna leave that alone. It's got a big rust hole right there, so it's not great shape. I don't know. I'll think about it. If I don't have my Sawzall on me, but I may just come back and finish cutting it out with that. We're just gonna leave it like that for now. Don't want to mess with it too much. All right, next up, we got the trailer out of the way, got the bed out of the way. Now we need to bring in the new bed, which is on the back of the old ramp truck here. Should we? Yeah, we need to bring it. We don't need to bring it in this way. I guess we could bring it in the other way. Doesn't matter. Clear the chain. Yep. And center the bed right about there. All right. Now we can strap the other bed and get it lifted off the ramp truck here and get it ready for lowering on our GMC. So I bought this bed, man, it must have been before COVID, like in 18, something like that. It's been a while. It was hanging on this A-frame, this trellis, whatever you call it, for most of that time. I just recently took it off and put it on the back of this truck so we could, you know, get prepared to take the old bed off of the blue truck. So it's been a long time coming. Let's get this off of here and get set up so we can put our new bed on. I still have straps on this bed from where I took it off. So all I have to do is hook this here and start pulling. You know, I guess with this chain fall on here, I could actually lift myself up. Yeah, see, you can lift yourself. This is about the only way you're going to be able to lift your own body weight by yourself. Okay, now I'm going to get off of here before I fall off of here. And that would probably make pretty good content, but I don't feel like, I just don't feel like doing that. Okay, hover it here. Now I'm going to go and, yeah, there it goes. I'm going to go pull the truck. I'm going to go pull the truck out from underneath of this thing, and then we'll get set up to bring the blue truck in. And away we go. Don't get stuck on anything. There you go. Nice. One of the benefits of having a ramp truck, makes a good yard truck, that's for sure. Do anything with this thing. Okay, hopefully our bed will stay in one position, which I doubt it. We'll probably just move it around a little bit. I'm gonna go get the blue truck. I opted not to sit there and scrape the frame and paint it and all that fun stuff. But I'm just gonna bolt this down with just a couple bolts, maybe 4 bolts out of 8 bolts. Then we can come back and maybe we gotta fix that strap, that gas tank strap, and clean up all that other stuff later. We'll just pull it back off when we're ready to do all that fun stuff. Okay, we got old blue here. Let's just get him positioned up and slide right under here. Try not to drive the bed through the back window. Right about, let's say there. That looks good. All right. Now we can take things nice and easy and lower the bed into place. And watch what we're doing. Yeah, we didn't come back quite far enough. I'm gonna scoot the truck back just a hair more. That looks good. All right, back to lowering this thing down on the truck. Want to make sure we don't scratch anything. And getting the chain wrapped up here a little bit. There we go. Make sure to get this filler neck shoved up inside of there. It's got a different, this one just has a different stamping on the outside. The other one had a flap. Am I over far enough? There we go. Let me check things out. Shove it into place. Just want to go nice and slow. Get it lined up properly. It's looking pretty good on the back side. Make sure everything's going. There we go. It's caught up on this side a little bit. It's touching the back of the cab. So lower it, lower it, lower it, lower it. Double check again. Get it into place. Wiggle it around a little bit. It's getting there, almost there. There we go. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. All right, let's have a look at it. Let's stand back and have a look at it. There we go. Yeah, let's walk around this thing. Much better. My gosh, that other bed was trash. This one is way more solid. It's filthy right now, but you know, it's solid, and that's what's important. See, this filler neck, we'll have to find the proper bracket to bring that up, and we might have to get a whole filler neck or something in order to have the right bracket on that, but we can do that later, no big deal. We can still fill it up with a funnel. Oh, see, we still have to fix the rockers. The rockers and the cab corners. You can see right there where they just sort of laid another cab corner over top of that. You know, no big deal. You know, it is what it is. But I'm going to leave this just with a couple bolts, like I said before. We'll pop this back off. We'll fix those cab corners, and we can fix the rockers on it later. But definitely much better. If you haven't seen the other video, we put these doors on it, and we put these fenders on it. We need a hood. I'm thinking a steel cow hood would be cool on this one. Maybe some chrome bumpers on it. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe paint it all one solid color. The tailgate is kind of crappy, and I think this is an aftermarket tailgate. It doesn't say GMC, it doesn't say Chevy or anything on it. So this is probably just an aftermarket, yeah, tailgate. So we'll look for another tailgate. Definitely gonna need another bumper, and when we pull the bed back off, we can address that. It'll make it a lot easier to swap out that bumper, but we're not done yet, so don't go away. I got one more thing I wanna do before we wrap this up. So these rims I want to put on. I took these off of that crashed one that we have, that we did a revival on. We got it running, drove it around the block, only had like first and second gear or whatever. I don't know if we're going to ever get back to that or if we're just going to sell it, but these rims are on that truck. So let's take these rims off. These rims are probably, I don't know, I wouldn't give more than like $300 or $400 for it, which is about half the price we gave for that truck. So let's stick these on a good truck. We can just swap these out, and if we decide to sell the other truck, it'll have a decent set of rollers on it. And if we decide to do something with that other truck, we can always put another set of wheels on it and make it look good, or just a stock set of wheels or some truck rallies, something. But these rims definitely will look a lot better on this truck. Oh, and of course they're stuck on there. Lug nuts are falling off at me from up top. not so much. Come on. Oh, man, that sticker's really on there. Yep, right in the face. Lovely. Okay, well, at least we can look at our brakes now and see that the rotor's pretty good shape. The brake pads are, they're about 50%. Oh, let's get this other wheel on here. Have a look at it. See how it compares. All right. This is definitely gonna look way better. There, there, and there. Lovely. There's the fronts on. The other side's done. I'm gonna put the backs on and we'll have a look at it. And let's pull these hubcaps off here. These hubcaps are in pretty good shape and they look cool, but I only have 3 of them and I don't want to have to clean these rims up when it's easier just to swap rims, I guess. But we'll save those hubcaps, put them on something else that's, we're gonna have maybe a little more original. There we go. Oh, that's dirty. That is nasty in there. Off with the old, on with the new. Oh, that center cap. Center cap's broke there a little bit. It pushed all the way through the rim, so I'm sure it's not going to be hard to find another American Racing center cap, but maybe we should try to put it in anyway. I just want to hurry up because this truck's leaning a little bit. I got the whole back end jacked up. Maybe once we get it tightened down, it'll decide to stay there. Okay, stay there. Put the lug nuts on. Tying them down. Get on there. Okay. It may stay on there for a little while, or it may not. It may fly off. Anyway, it's on there and we can look at it. Done. Let's get this thing out of the air and take another proper look at it. There we go. Get the jack out of here. All right then. What does she look like? I would say it looks way better. I mean, could you imagine if we dropped it down a little bit? Nice. Those wheels look so much better on this truck than they did the other truck. Maybe it's because this one's not wrecked and I cleaned the rims, maybe. But man, that looks nice. Wow. It's coming along. It's getting more and more solid. Gotta do something about that hood. Look at that hood. Oh, it's so awful. I think this deserves a victory lap. I haven't driven this for a little while. I need to jump in here and remind myself what all we need to do to make this a more reliable vehicle. I would like to one day drive this on the street. I would kind of like to do it with a six cylinder that is in it, but I don't know. You just can't beat a good V8. So let's roll out here, take her around the block, and see how she does. She's missing a little bit. Hopefully that'll clear up. I think we just have a fouled plug. I think we're running just a little bit rich right now. Okay, let's get her out here on the road again. Yeah, she's missing. Hope she comes back around pretty soon. Yeah, it's coming in and out a little bit, but let's go ahead around the block. Let's get some traveling music going. Ready? And cue. Good job. When we pulled out of here, it was puttering and popping. About the time we got halfway around the block, it just cleared up. It was running just fine. It's a little hesitation, little stutter still in it, but probably just a clogged jets in the carburetor. We drive it a little bit more, and I'm pretty sure that's going to clear up. Now, that 6-cylinder, I can't decide. It's running good. If we do something with the carburetor, it's going to run super smooth. But it's still that inline 6. I don't know if we can handle that. So if I come across a good deal on a 350, a 400, a 454, even a 396, anything for a couple hundred, $200 or $300, if I find something like that, we'll throw it in there. Until now, we'll keep the 6-cylinder. It looks good. We need to clean it up and do that patching. Maybe all satin black. What do you think? Comment below. What color? Should it be the original blue? Maybe satin black? Maybe street rat garage on the side of it? I don't know. I think we're going to keep this one for a little while, but we'll keep working on it. That's going to wrap it up for this issue of Street Rat Garage. Until next time.